Welcome everybody. This is the third recording for Luminus, and today we're talking about Luminus Light for Working. This is our special lighting product portfolio, and we will guide you through the different market segments and the different Luminus products for specialty lighting. Specialty lighting markets that we're covering, or what we call light for working, goes from medical, projection, UV types like 3D printing and curing, UVC, disinfection and purification, but also entertainment, stage and studio, machine vision, industrial applications, horticulture, personal and work lights. So these are more the tactical flashlights and the work lights that you can see there in the picture as a work light for a truck. And of course, IR products for night vision and sensing. So kind of product overview, and we split that into low power density and high power density. So you can see on the top, when we talk about high power density, then we talk about current densities between 2 towards 5 amps per square mil. Some of these products are 9 square mil or 12 square mil. So these are really high current, high power applications focused on high brightness and high lumen output. Different wavelengths we have. Because this is such a high power, we have the copper PCBs or core boards for excellent thermal management. Applications that we serve with this high power density products, medical endoscopy, microscopy, machine vision, and for UV, 3D printing and spot curing. The lower part, you can see our low power density products, more surface mount devices. There we have a broad offering from UVC up to IR, so the invisible and the visible part. So a large operating range. Applications that we serve with these low power density products: horticulture, infrared, night vision, sensing, medical, UVC, purification, as mentioned, the tactical flashlights or the high power white LEDs. So quite a big range from UVC up towards infrared. The package platforms and the applications. So you can see that high density products is more industrial, projection, stage, anywhere where really output and brightness is required. Low current density, that's more sometimes if you look to the curing, it's also about speed. Again, output is important, but also the thermals are becoming a kind of item, also because there is not always a lot of space to have a copper core board. Then I go to the product lines. I will start with a new product line that we just introduced this year. Luminus is introducing lasers into our opto product portfolio. So not just LEDs, but adding lasers. So it's an expansion of our photonics portfolio, and we will start with the green and the blue lasers. So here you can see the press release that we have issued in January of this year, where we have the announcement where we will start with the green and the blue lasers. So here you can see a quick product roadmap of products that we plan to introduce or have already introduced this year. There is the green laser, the green here, the blue laser, and the red one is coming up at the end of the year. So the ones that are currently being launched, I think we have the first engineering samples in Q3, Q4. Available is the green one, 80 milliwatt in a TO can. So that's a photodiode in a package. You can see here the package and the green photodiode. Applications that we see here: underwater torch, dust indicator in vacuum cleaners, but also alignment, and even the leveling that you see a lot being used. So here you see the blue laser with 100 milliwatt, same package, the TO can. Um, applications that we have with the blue laser, again, a laser torch, display, phosphor pumping for a laser torch, and indeed in endoscopy. So let's move into the other product lines. And the first one that we would like to address is for LEDs is the projection LEDs. Projection LEDs has been basically the start for Luminus. We started with projection LEDs for rear projection TVs, and we still have a big portfolio of projection LEDs for different applications. Those projection LEDs are unique because they are matched towards the DMD from Texas Instruments. So our aspect ratio of the LEDs are matching the aspect ratio of the DMD. And you can see we have wearables, embedded projection, pico projectors for a transportable smart TV, but also kind of complete home theater or projectors for business and education purposes. Then the second product line, non-visible LEDs. So the non-visible LEDs, we will split into UV and infrared LEDs. We're going to start with the UV. Overview on the Luminus UV LEDs. It's going from UVC up to UVA. So Luminus has 265 nanometer and 275 nanometer UVC LEDs used for air and water purification, surface disinfection, but also healthcare. We have UVB LEDs, that's 285 used for horticulture, and 310 more for phototherapy. And UVA starts with 340 up to 415, which is horticulture, medical, but main application is curing and 3D printing. And you see some of the application examples in the pictures in the slide. Let's start with the UVA LEDs for non-visible. So UVA LED applications that Luminous LEDs are being used in. It goes from low intensity up to ultra high intensity. So you see here the SST10 series with the dome, the SBT series without a dome, which can be driven at a higher drive current than the SST series, and the CBM series, which can be driven even harder, and therefore those are on a core board to have better thermals. Applications ranging from horticultural lighting, industrial curing and printing, life sciences and medical, up to even 3D printing, where you can see here the 3D printing of the sole of a sneaker, where our LEDs are being used for the curing. So high flux density applications. You see we have products ranging from 5 watt up to 55 watt, and we're working even on a new product that goes beyond the 80 watt. So we have an extensive range. Applications for this high flux density, 3D printing, lithography, and fiber coupling. And you see here examples of these kind of products. Again, also with these UV high density, we are matching the DMD from Texas Instruments. And that's, of course, specifically for these kind of curing or these kind of lithography or spot curing with UV. Overview of the SMD products. So you can see it ranges up from 1 watt to 4 watt UV output power. And we have our SST08H, SST10, and SBT10X. And you can see the different wavelengths that we are supporting. This one is more for low power and for cost-effective applications. This is more an efficient product, and this is the high brightness, really the UV output in watts per square millimeter liter. The core board products, so the high intensity, the high output UV output power products ranging from 10 watt up to 50 watt, the 25X, the 50X, and the 160X. Again, majority of those products are matching these Texas Instrument DMD panels for the 3D printing and the lithography applications. Then UVB and UVC LEDs overview. Short introduction on UVC LEDs. Yes, this is indeed the area that you can see here, up to 280 nanometers. And as already stated, we have 265 and 275 nanometer UVC LEDs. And you can see indeed here the low pressure mercury lamp, the wavelength, and then the two wavelengths of the LED. So the UVC LED applications, and then which products are being used from Luminus in these kind of applications, ranging from surface disinfection, purification of water, purification of air, or surface disinfection again, up to even high dose water purification in professional water purification water tanks. Then some UVB LED application. You can see we have 310 and 340 nanometer. The 310 being used for horticulture and phototherapy, and the 340 being used in life sciences, and even in some curing applications, they're adding this 340 into the mix with the 365 and then the 385, 395 nanometer. So which kind of package platforms are we supporting? So for lower power below 100 milliwatt, we have our XBT 3535 package. You see here the example, and this one comes in a mini and in a standard one. The mini, of course, is a lower power one. You can see this is below 50 milliwatts, and the standard one is between 50 and 100 milliwatts. Available in several wavelengths from UVC up to UVA. Then we have the 50/50 packages for above 100 milliwatt, and we have here a 2-chip and a 4-chip version. Here you can see an overview of these different products, and also the output power in the UV output power. As stated, the mini, that's the smallest one, then the standard XBT 3535. Then there is an XFM 5050 ES. That is quite uniform and more cost effective than this product. Different dies being used. And of course, we have the high output power products, the XFM 5050, the 2-chip and the 4-chip versions. Then switching to the other non-visible LED products, those are the IR, the infrared LEDs. Overview of the applications that Luminus is active in, ranging from medical, automotive, security, biometric recognition, sensing, military inspection, and simulation. Then here you can see, again, a switch between low power and high power. So we have products below 5 watt. Those are the SST series surface mount devices. And above 5 watt, those are the core board products, or the so-called CBM series. Different applications. So the low power more for security, night vision, license plate recognition. And the high power more used in medical, industrial, more high brightness applications. Overview of the different products. So you can see the high power, that's all core boards. And we have those in different wavelengths, in 780, being used mostly in medical applications, then the 850 and the 940. And we have the surface mount products, the 1 square mil and the 0.5 square mil products, double junction and single junction products. Then switching to product line visible LEDs. This kind of visible LED is quite broad range of products. So we have color core boards, color SMD, we have color mix, we have core board whites, and we have the surface mount high power white products. So looking to the visible LED applications, and which kind of, let's say, products are being used there. So you can see here life science and medical, endoscopy. That is where Luminus is the market leader. We provide to all the endoscopy customers in the world products for coupling into fiber optics. Stage and studio, this is entertainment. This is a combination of color mix and high brightness white. Industrial, yeah, this can be all kinds of things, machine vision, beacon lights, camera illumination, but again, also coupling into fiber optics for industrial applications. Horticulture, this is more the SMD color products, but also in some cases our mid-power products. So the different products that you see within the visible LEDs. So there is the high power white, there is the high power color, both in SST with a dome and SFT without a dome, and there is the ultra high intensity products, white and in color, and as stated, mostly it's endoscopy, medical, and industrial machine vision. Let's start with the high power density LEDs. So here you can see an overview of the let's say monochromatic core boards, the different colors that we are offering and the different wavelengths. Even the UV are mentioned here. So in that sense, yeah, we have products that are 12 square mil, 9 square mil, 5 square mil, and 4 square mil products. So if you look to the CBT90, that's a 9 square mil product. We have a broad range of spectral offerings. So you can see going from here in the left corner, UV 415 up to IR 780, and yeah, blue, green, converted green, red, far red. So this is really a kind of unique high brightness 9 square mil products at high power for specialty lighting applications. Then if we go to the white, the specialty white high intensity, so there you see we have a combination of surface mount devices here on the left side, and our core boards, and we even have high CRI for certain medical applications, in order to have a better color rendering, especially if there is a camera for medical applications or endoscopy. So if I then zoom in a little bit on the 9 square mil and the 14 square mil, the 14 square mil is quite unique. It's the biggest die in the industry, and it's even a circular die. So you can see this is a round shaped LED, which of course for coupling into fibers is ideal. So this CBT90 here, the 9 square mil, that's a 3x3 die. It's one die. This is the first generation. This product is probably already 15 years old. This is the successor. This one is already 5 to 7 years old too. This is more lumen output. This is our CFT90. And again, this is coming in standard CRI, and the H here stands for high CRI. We're launching this year a new product portfolio. It's a 5 square mil, and it's the CFT50X. And it's a huge offering in terms of, again, wavelengths, going from UV up to red. Yeah, you can see deep blue, blue, sky blue, the white ones, standard CRI, high CRI, converted green, display, converted green medical, converted amber, So yeah, it's really a big product. What are the applications and markets? Mostly medical and endoscopy, life science, and machine vision. Here you can see that with some application pictures. So of course, endoscopy is the smaller fibers, fluorescence microscopy, gene sequencing, the last one, ophthalmology. Then switching to stage and architectural. See here an overview. The main products, those are here for studio. This is color mix, and you can see here, yeah, SMD products with colors and white. So the product that we have launched this year for architectural and entertainment, or stage and studio, is our SPM40 RGB line. We used to have RGB white, so this white has now been changed with a lime product. And this is indeed the lime one. Why are we adding the lime? Well, that's why I have here comparison between the RGBW versus the RGB lime. The RGB lime is there to provide a higher CRI. So you can see here the CRI level, and you see that the product that we have at the different color temperatures with the RGB lime has a CRI level above 80, and this one is just above 70. And this is specifically interesting for a theater, better color saturation, and yet you can tune it while maintaining the high CRI. Then moving into the visible high power white SMD LEDs. So where are these white SMD LEDs being used? That's here, premium portable lighting on a bike, but also on a helmet, in a museum for indoor, outdoor for stadium lighting, work lights, and indeed also in industrial machine vision areas. So an overview of the products with a flat window. So those have no dome. This is what we call our SFT series. You see some new products with a round-shaped LED. So the SFT12R, SFT25R, the R stands for round, are the new products that we have. This is quite unique. The round LED is shaped round because it fits the optics much better. And then we have, of course, the 4 square mil and the 7 square mil, and those are more lumen products. Then we have products with a dome on top. We call those SST series. Also there we have a round-shaped version. It's the SST12. There is an SST20, this is square. There is another round one, this is the SST25. There is a 4 square mil and there is a 7 square mil product. So what's the difference between a flat window versus a dome on top? So what we can see is that the flat window, which is the red in this overview, has a much better color over angle uniformity than the dome one. The dome one here, you can see the difference in let's say color temperature. With the blue is much bigger, and the red curve is the one with without the dome. The flat window has a much better color uniformity, color over angle. So another difference that you can see between the flat window versus the dome. So here the SST40, that's a product with the dome, and the SFT40, that's the flat window. You can see that in terms of lumen output, there is not that much difference. You can, of course, because there is a flat window and not a dome on top, you can get a narrower beam angle. but the most important thing is the K factor. The candela per lumen is much, much higher with the SFT 40. And you can see that you can create a much narrower beam, and therefore the candela lumen factor is much higher here. And you can reach further. So you can see that the distance that you can do with a flat window is much further than with the one with the dome. And then you can see here what that means in terms of, see this beam is much more concentrated. Also, there's more intensity in the beam than it is there. And you can see here the candela is much higher than the one with the dome. So this is in a nutshell what I wanted to show you. Thank you very much for your attention, and hope to see you soon somewhere on a show or in a personal face-to-face meeting. Thank you for your attention.